It's not introduced in India yet. We are starting to launch it in the US and Europe first. CraneStar is a GPS monitoring system.
Great.
Where every crane built by Manitowoc will have the system installed in the machine. The customer has an option whether they want to activate it or not. The features is, you can track where the machine is. You can track, how long the machine has been operating. You can track by hours, by minutes, what the machine has been doing, how much load has been picking. If the in simple terms, if a customer is buying crane, let's say to use for 100 ton lifting capacity, but in 1 year of duration, the maximum load he has lifted is probably 60-70 tons. That means crane is underutilized. Next time the crane is being rented, he can be very clear with the hirer to say, okay, you need a bigger crane, but actually your application doesn't require a bigger crane, and vice versa. And so similar, these are the kind of data that CraneStar will be offering to the owners of the crane.
Yeah, precisely. Your fuel consumption.
Fuel consumption, yes.
And with the Google Map.
Yes.
In a Bellary mine, they tracked trucks going away from the route.
Right.
That means the goods have gone underground.
Right.
It's sold to somebody else.
Yeah.
And to the faster route, shorter route, logistic control. All this has been beneficial. This gentleman is offering at 18,000 rupees.
Yeah. To take up a step further, the crane will, if there's based on the usage of the crane, if you think if there's some problem going to be happening with the crane, it can SMS or send a message directly to the manufacturer, so you can call the owner and find out that your crane is either getting close to this warranty period, or this component has reached this many hours of life cycle, so it's time to do a preventive check to make sure that it doesn't go down and the crane doesn't stop. So these are
CraneStar is not just a position location system. It's completely integrated with the control system of the crane, and it can monitor all the faults, all the critical conditions of the crane, and then communicate this back to the owner of the crane through GSM if there is a network, or through satellite communication. So it's really, I would say, completely integrated within the crane control system. It's really for the owner to be really able to see in a real-time basis how the crane is working and how efficiently it is working, or if it is coming into a dangerous situation or a maintenance required situation.
It's amazing. I mean, it's advanced warning system. This is something can save life. Equipment, it's going to be. So you're on that.
Yes.
Very soon.
Yeah. You can probably, there is a CraneStar website, I think, where you can look at the demonstration.
Yes, we will cover that point.
To look at CraneStar, the website, and you can see actually how it works and the features it offers.
What is the URL?
CraneStar. I don't know the URL.
We can Google it.
You Google it, yeah.
You can ask for it.
You Google CraneStar in one word, I think.
One word, yeah.
CraneStar is one word.
Yeah.
I can send you the link.
Yeah, this is my forthcoming conference. I intentionally added one subject on GPS monitoring,
Right.
That control, all that.
Right.
I'm sure Indian contractors, however educated or not,
Right.
they
would want that kind of
they would want
information.
it.
Yeah, they would want that.
Especially when
And
they
it
buy
doesn't cost much too.
Right. Compared to the cost of a big piece of equipment, when they have a big trawler crane or a big mobile crane, they want to track and monitor those kind of investments very precisely.
And the payback time would be what, a few months?
Easy.
I'm sure we are in for a good time ahead.
Times have changed. The technology is very different today.
Yeah, first time I'm able to interact with at least about 20 odd people come from different part of the world.
Right.
It's a wonderful experience. And then talking to, I just finished 2 interviews, one with an American, one with an Italian.
Right.
So it's amazing. Feel good.
The first time participating in it.
Yes.
I'm sure experience was good.
It's good. It's more than what I was expecting.
I'm sure 2011 is going to be better. We may be able to reach faster, and fatigue will be lesser.
That's right.
Yeah. Plus we have 2 shows in 2011. One is Expo, the other is BOMA Expo in Mumbai.
Yeah, that's what somebody asked me. Fiori, a gentleman asked me yesterday. Is there something coming in Bombay? I said it's a regionalized program of BOMA, not as a parent show.
Right.
BOMA parent show is not coming in here. It's a regionalized. They have
It's
many such
India.
programs.
It's Burma connect to India.
Even in Saudi, they have one in Iran.
Iran economy.
Yes.
They have one in
Yes.
China. They have one in different.
China is the parent show, more or less. It's the Burma
They
China.
have one in Vietnam and Indonesia.
right.
They're having a new show in Indonesia.
But Burma, they will also join force with Conexpo
Yeah.
in 2011 because
In China.
from the manufacturer's point of view, there are a little bit too many shows. You cannot expect manufacturers to come and do 2 or 3 big shows in one country. So if it comes to the point where in India there would be 2 big shows a year, it will not work because even customers would not be interested. They want to go to one big show, see everything,
Yes.
but they don't want to keep coming to
It
different
will
shows.
dilute
2 or 3
the.
times a year.
In fact, CII is working closely with the Burma. They are associates
Right.
in this program,
Right.
besides BDMA and CII. So I think they should avoid this, 2 shows.
Yeah, 2 shows, especially in 1 year.
Yes, and of this magnanimity. Dilute.
Yeah, it is time consuming for the people who come to visit. They are directors and managers. They don't want to spend 2 or 3 days like this 3 times a year or 2 times a year.
Taking a place isn't a problem, the logistics, putting a show together.
Yeah, but show together.
Is there actually, to your knowledge, exhibition grounds which would be even bigger than this? Because maybe in 2 years the space required will
I
be
think
2 times this space.
Yes, they may have to acquire better.
It might get short here.
All of South, I don't think there is better than this place.
But even
That's
all
why
these
in
additional
Chennai we have a
spaces-
large trade shows, but then not an open space where they can get large equipments and show them.
Right.
So they may have to consider this.
Right.
CII is a pretty powerful body. I'm sure they
Yeah.
would look into this. They can't afford to reduce this program.
Yeah.
I'm sure next time around, the international participation would be, I'm sure, more than 200 plus.
Yeah.
By then the economy also would show somewhere around 10% growth, is that told. So this is just after the recession, and yet we have a good show.
And if you look at it, you look at the list of the top 50 construction companies in the world, half of them are not even here.
And they are yet to come. I mean, they come
There
in a big way.
There is no Terex crane. Leader is not there in a very big way. Caterpillar is not here.
Caterpillar is not here.
That's something strange. All the years they've been. It's the only year they have not been.
No, but this is why I'm saying these grounds will be too small for
Too
2
small
years.
for
In 2
exactly.
years,
Especially
it
for
will be too
Leap
small.
Especially for Leap Head, they bring their whole house and palace when they go for trade
Yeah,
shows.
yeah, yeah.
So they probably will do the BCI show, I'm sure, with the German organization. I'm sure they'll be doing.
Association,
I'm sure they'll be doing the.
That's why I'm sure you have
BCI show.
places in Mumbai. They may have to look into elsewhere.
Something bigger.
That kind of a thing.
Okay.
Very good.
Great,
Well,
sir.
nice meeting you.
Wonderful.